right, got tape marking my frame so I can see the lines clearly. Got them marked out, and we're gonna go ahead and start cutting. We're just diving right into this. We're gonna hack out 16 inches out of the straightest portion of the frame. Now, it's not completely straight. The bottom actually tapers down and gets wider in the front as far as the C-channel goes. But we're gonna just slice right into it. I'm not holding back. Got the measurements nice and plumb, square, and you'll see later we're gonna cross measure and make sure we get everything back in place. Just pulling the lines out of the way there so we don't slice into them, and getting a nice straight as possible vertical cut so it'll line right back up. That's all you gotta do.
There's nothing to it.
Cut the frame in half.
Stick the exhaust up.
Bend that up, do that. Oh, that's what it was. Sweet.
What's holding?
The 70s, later 70s model trucks, the frame actually has a taper, so we have to cut along the top edge. And you'll see me take a hammer and just drive the side of the frame in, and we did that on both sides and made sure we measured and made sure that was an even match so that the back end of the frame's not going down the road crooked. But we did that on the top and bottom, on the top notches and the back notch, just to get it to line up. And just a little persuasion as I'm standing in front of the camera view so you can't see, and line right back up. Then we'll go through and you'll see as we weld it up and get everything nice and tacked together, and we move forward pretty quick.
Big old gap.
Outside the hole.
The far side to the inside is 56 and 5/8.
You want to do the outside or what?
It's the same thing.
Inside of this hole, that outside of this hole.
what'd I say, 56 and 5/8? It's a 16th off. That's a 56 and 11/16. Measure this one again.
Now, I only show one time measuring on camera, but we measured several times back and forth, just to make sure we got it right. It is within a 1/16 of an inch. It's a lot tighter of a tolerance than the factory ever did, so you're not going to see a 1/16 anywhere on it. So I feel like it's as spot on as you can get it.
Put that block of steel in there and pull through it. The block you get on, where's it at here? On the table.
No. Like it needs to be trimmed. Better gap. It's pretty well flush.
Let me have your hammer.
Come too far in?
Yeah.
You gotta get that seat clamp off of there. That's a pretty good gap. I like it.
Huh? Gotta go in. There's your crossways here. That nut right there. On the diagonal. Might need to go closer.
No, it'll kick it worse.
Oh, this way.
Yeah. It starts right here and it kicks down.
tack your side more.
Yeah,
Tack it like I don't mind how I got it tacked. The stress points, I think, at the top. Go ahead and get one up here.
yeah.
Tack.
So we're fully welded up and ready to put the boxing plate on the inside, and we're going to put the bed on just to make sure everything fits in this square. Had to recruit an extra set of hands here to get the bed back on, so really need about 4 people. 3 is a struggle, and you really first you got a freshly painted bed, you want to be careful with it, but we managed to get it on in place. And actually leaving that front bolt hole in the frame, the original bolt hole, it lined right back up, and all the bolts that hold the bed in place now are securely holding it down. It's got a little bit of a fitment issue on the front edge, and I'll take care of that. I'll revisit that here shortly and just tighten it back up. Just get everything trued back up. My cut's a little bit off, but it's nothing that can't be fixed. But we're gonna get it bolted down, do a little test run here, and make sure we made sure all the bolt holes lined up like I said they did, and we'll move on and get this gas tank put in. So the next thing on the list to do is replace that crusty fuel tank. The original was full of crud and rust, and the sending unit was shot completely. The fill neck and hose and assembly and all that was pretty crusty, and the hoses were dry rotted. So I just got all new material there, new items to work with, and we went ahead and replaced that while we had the bed off. And I'll get it off of that feed tank that I put up in the engine compartment, and get it drinking fuel from its original tank. So that's just going to drop right in. It's a real simple bolt-in solution. It's cheap enough, and it's just a good idea to replace your fuel tank. Top. Figure out a way to get that. So the new sending unit came with the gasket and the retaining ring, so I just slid that in place. Got all the gasket in place and dipped the sock down in there and just plugged it right in. It's a simple plug and play. There's a little notch that it lines up with. It's a little snug because the tabs and all that are not bent like an original one would have been, installed, reinstalled and stuff like that. So it was a little snug, but I'd rather that be tight and not leak down the road, and go ahead and get it snugged in place. No fear of spark here because that's a dry tank. So I'm just using a chisel and hammer and not worried about it. If you have one that's got gas in it or residue, you probably recommend you using a brass punch to knock that ring off. You don't want to spark and cause an explosion or a fire. So we'll get the hose hooked back up, and that is pretty much it for the fuel tank. We did test the sending unit as well and made sure that worked, and it works like it's supposed to. Just didn't show that on camera. I also got this filthy fill tube cleaned out. I ran a wire wheel down in there, and I was also inhaling all that crap that's blowing out of there. It's really tasty. Just be sure to not do that. One of the last things I'm probably going to end up doing is having to fix the bed corner. The pocket and the spot weld's rusted out, broken just from this flexing over the years. So I'm going to get rid of this little flange, recreate that, and tip the new one behind this flange, and I'll spot weld it in. and blend this bottom panel in so it'll kind of hopefully disappear, and do a little repair here on the bottom edge of the bed. The whole corner's kind of crusty. May have to do a little bit of repair in there. I'm hoping I can just weld it up and keep the original metal there. It's going to be a little bit of work, but the other side looks fairly decent, so we can just get away with repairing this one and keep the bed side from flexing out. So we're going to get it squared up, and we'll see what we can come up with on this. Should be a pretty easy fix though. Now this repair looks a little bit crude, but I haven't ground it down yet. It actually turned out really nice, and I was able to find some blue paint in the cabinet that sort of kind of matched. So that repair is done, and this is the first time rolling out of the shop with the short bed shop, and I'm really happy with the results. It was a nice, easy process. All right, so you can see, I knew I took a picture of it, but you can see where I notched the frame. So we got boxed in using the original 16 inches that we cut out. We use that as a plate on the inside, so I boxed inside the frame there. And on this side, you can see the frame rail there, where we put that plate in there and welded it all up, and just do a little paint on it. Looks like the brake line might be leaking a little bit, or is that the fuel line? I need to check that out. I got a little leak there, but surprisingly, the two-wheel drive short wheelbase drive shaft bolted right in. No modifications needed there. So that also tells me that my measurements were good. And the way the exhaust fell, it's not the original tailpipe, but it fell over the rear end. So it's in a good spot. Do need to check that leak. Everything else looks pretty good. So we're going to put the driver's side floor pan in, and we might put a little bow on this and call her done. And here she is in all her glory. Not 100% finished, but pretty dang close. And I'm super happy with the results of the short bed conversion. Like I said, it wasn't as difficult as I thought. It did take a little bit of work, a little bit figuring it was the first time doing it, but overall, anybody can do this. It doesn't take any kind of special tools, just a little patience, and just lay down some good welds. probably go through, I've got a set of wheels now, and I'm gonna go ahead and work on getting some different steel wheels for it, new tires, and I'll probably lower the front and back just to get a little bit more of a hot rod vibe out of it rather than that higher stance. I'm just not a big fan of it. It needs to come down a little bit. Also going to probably do some more work on the interior there. I do have the passenger side floor pan in there right now, but I've got to do the driver's side, and I'm going to go ahead and replace the door panels and do the dash pad and fix that steering wheel. The cracks in it are just bugging me, and just get the interior spruced up a little bit more, give that inviting feeling when you open the door and jump in for a ride. So, but we're going to keep after it and get the interior of that truck looking really nice and inviting, and just make a good driver out of it, something that complements the outside look. Keep the patina, but have a nice, comfortable interior that you can just hop in and feel good about. And I know I've said before I didn't want to plan on doing any of the body work, but I think I'm gonna just maybe put some primer over that at least. Maybe look like the blue is burned through to the primer where the weld is, kind of hide it a little bit, but not totally disguise it with Bondo or anything like that. And probably go through the entire bed there and just spray down and get that rust out of it just to neutralize it. But overall, super pleased with the truck, super pleased with how it's come out so far, and we've got a few little knicks-knacks here and there to do, and we'll be pretty well done with it as far as my plan was. All right, as always, thanks everybody for watching Big Lake Hot Rods. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I also have t-shirts available. Came up with a logo here, Big Lake Hot Rods. So if you're interested, you can shoot me an email, and I'll have it on the screen below, and we can get you a shirt if you like. On the back as well, we can put it on the back. But thanks for watching Big Lake Hot Rods. We'll catch you next time.